Okay, hello everybody, welcome back to Clanfolk, as we're back here with Colquhoun Conquers. Now, we've got the slight issue that it is now winter and everything's going to slightly slow down, but that's okay by us because things are looking pretty good. Only thing things aren't looking too great for is our days of food. Our days of food are actually quite low, but it's because we've got people coming here and they're staying for a while. You know, a couple of guests, you know, they're warming up, they're very well satisfied, we're getting plenty of reputation now that we know what we're doing. With the beds, making sure they're not disturbed, making sure they've got private rooms. They're all really appreciating that. And in the meantime, we can always just work on other things. As well as that, we're kind of starting to get this other house up, so we don't have to have everybody sort of sleeping in the same dormitory. Even though we've got all the babies' beds there ready to go, as a couple of people are about to pop, or have popped already. We obviously have wee John about now, so that's always nice. You know, a couple of wee kiddies. And we've made some good reputation, made some good money off these guests coming. Thank you very much for coming. We now have to say very sorry to Mrs. Sow, so it's time to go. I'm very sorry. I hate to do this because obviously we're hoping for a breeding pair. I think just purely because we don't actually have enough food to get through the winter, I think we have to sit there and go, nah, yeah, you're gone. We're also going to say, hey, let's start, you know, giving out some hay. We could always do that hay seeds instead, but I think we'll hold on to that. We have a lot of hay at the moment. Our hay stacks are full to the brim, and we don't actually have that much seed in comparison. In fact, I might even say, hey, let's actually go ahead and get at least 500 of the seeds. We got plenty of oat grains, but I could really do with some more hay seed when somebody gets a wee second. Also, I mean, it's definitely warmer than outside in there because you're not getting the wind chill, so that's always nice. People are just kind of chilling over here. Everyone's having a nice wee time. Cleaning up. I see. Baby's making a mess. So like, now we gotta go clean up. Fair enough. And we can work on getting some more money together because we need to work out how to do tanning in order to get things looking a wee bit better. I mean, if we have a wee look at the world map, yeah, so we still have the tanning. We did figure out how to do the brickworks and obviously the linen works last time. We still need to do the tanning. How much does that cost? 500. So we don't have enough money for now. That's okay. We can work on that in a wee bit. We've got a brick making table getting made just now. Put it next to the well. Kind of makes sense in a way. And other than that, we're just waiting for stuff to get built. Yeah, because we don't actually have anything additional over here. We've still got our spinning wheel over here. Making plenty of twine, which is nice. Let's get this stuff out of the road, shall we? Please, thank you. How are we doing over here? Things should be getting pretty cool in here. We should be seeing these start to turn to ice, which would be very, very nice. And then we can start cooling things down a wee bit more. These things should be quite nice and chilled now. Yes, they are indeed. Means that we should be all right. Unfortunately, we don't have anything for the stew anymore, which is purely because we don't have any kind of you know, beans and such kind of getting in. Maybe in the future. Everybody's doing pretty well. Martin's just going to be busy, you know, like tailoring and stuff, which is fine by us. Ah, cool. We actually got enough for the bean patch. That's really nice. Oh, we're actually going out and harvesting these. Fantastic. Yeah, let's get these harvested up now so we can get these over as soon as possible, please. Thank you very much. There we go. Got a little bit of bean seeds. Not much, but certainly enough. Let's actually say, hey, this is the highest priority, please. Grab those beans first. Thank you. We've got our road coming out over here, which is looking good. We've got some more iron that we're mining out in the mountains. Let's continue kind of like accessing the seam. I'm guessing the other seam as well. We're kind of done. More chickens. Good stuff. Yeah, let's get some more of this mountain done as well. We're not looking to get that much done, to be quite honest, just purely because, you know, it's going to take a wee while. I'm liking how much seeds we have for next year. I think we're going to be able to have a decent addition to the garden. It's going to be looking pretty good. How are we doing for chicks? Yeah, we're actually doing pretty well for hens. Like, we've got quite a few hens now. That's making me feel pretty good. Mr. Clucker's still kicking about. You know, he'll be around. Maybe we'll have another year out of him. Probably not, though. Agnes is going to start paving up. This is going to look much better once we get this sort of paving done. Instead of this sort of dirt thing. Dirt kind of road. And I kind of want to make sure that we have the sort of like the a road leading up north and then another road leading down south, can like pass this mountain if possible. We're kind of situated on what is effectively the sort of middle of the map. So I think if we could just have these sort of like paths leading each and every way, that'd be pretty good. There we are. Okay, so we managed to get some flax dressing, which is stopped by the rain. So let's put this over here. And we could even think about, you know, putting out some roof. There we go. While we're still going around and we're still just getting sort of roof for this area done in the meantime. How are we doing in terms of temperature? Not great. Not great. Why is everything suddenly, you know, just massively cooling down? I guess. Oh, we don't have any more peat. That's not good. We're actually gonna get you to leave because it's gonna be quite cold. We need to get some more peat. I didn't realize our peat reserves were quite so bad. Because yeah, oh, it is chilly. It is chilly, chilly, chilly. Yeah, things are cooling down to the point where you're almost like, well, do we just you know, turn the vents off? Because, you know, might not be a bad idea actually if we just kind of close the vents, because these rooms are quite a bit warmer than the sort of main area, especially because we don't have any of this peat stored up. We have got some drying out, and hopefully it'll be here soon, but yeah, that's definitely something to think about, the fact that it is cold. Yeah. At least people have like, oh, you know, the bed's quite nice. And they do at least have clothes. I think if people didn't have clothes, we would be looking pretty bad right now, actually. Because, you know, it's only the first day of winter and we've already run out of fuel. Like, that's not a good sign. And it's probably because we're doing all this stuff with the daub walls. But then again, that's only clay. It's nothing to do with, like, it's because the roof, the thatch roof, of course. We've used up all of our supplies with that. I think what we then say is we say, hey, let's not build anything more with this thatch roof. Let's instead, let's go ahead and make sure that we're not going to be just, you know, killing ourselves. That's probably a good idea. And we can just say, hey, keep these stoves lit as much as possible. We've got some dry peat bricks. This should hopefully warm up the sort of bedroom area. That should be looking pretty good. Feeling quite good, as I say, that we've managed to get the kind of like stuff together as well. That's quite nice. Mr. Fox, you are getting dangerously close to a hunter coming at you, or a huntress coming at you. So I would say stand back for your own safety, sir. Let's go ahead and make sure we're definitely harvesting as much of this peat as we can, because we need to get this stuff dried as soon as possible. Yeah, might have to wait for this additional kind of area. We have got a trader coming in, Lachlan. Hopefully he brings, you know, something nice. Let's open up all these vents. There we go. Everything should be warming up nice. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking good. Get everything nice and warm. Yeah, hopefully he brings some fuel. That'd be nice. There's raw meat out the road as well, please. Thank you. People still having a nice bath. You know, at least things are nice and warm in here. Yeah, Lachlan, what have you got for us? Oh, peat bricks. Don't mind if I do. Buy some extra goats as well if we really wanted to. Senior nanny goat. I see you, tricker. Do we want more goats is the question. I think we're okay. We've got the two goats just now. We've got at least one that's pregnant. You're also pregnant, so I think we're okay. I think we can actually tell you, hey, off you trot. Because our kind of animals are starting to get a little bit better. And also we're starting to get things done over here as well. Probably could have actually sold something to him because we do need to make some money, but I mean, I'll take these dry peat bricks. Get those stored somewhere nice and quickly, please. Thank you. Yeah, let's manage to get that room nice and toasty again. Just goes to show you, winter, man. And it's like, even as far as we're gone, you know, you make some bad decisions and you say, hey, let's go and build another house just before winter hits and you run out of all your materials. You know, it could get bad pretty quickly. If we didn't have the extra peat that we were getting in that was already drying, if we didn't have that guy turn up, people could be really quite seriously being in threat of freezing to death, and that would be not very good. Not very good at all. How are you, little Nicola? You're all right. You're still a baby. Yeah. Now as well, because we do have the 2 babies, we had quite a nice little sort of spell of people being available to work. People are obviously going to have a little bit of a scheduling incident because of this. Elspeth is obviously still half pregnant, so she's not going to have a baby anytime soon. And I mean, Anne and Agnes have just had one, so if they're already pregnant again, you'd be like, ooh, working fast, but doesn't seem like it. Does not seem like it. We need to have a wee eye out for that vent to make sure that we're not going to be keeping those girlies warm. I'm actually going to say don't keep these lit anymore, just purely from the sake of fuel efficiency, because we don't have that much fuel. Martin, how are you doing? Yeah, you're working away, that's good. Keep on making that twine. Yeah, just busy working away. Quite a bit of a walk, it must be said, over to here, which is maybe a bit of a shame, but we've a lot of manure going on as well. I do wonder if we maybe actually potentially make some more fertilizer, but we need more sacks as well, is the other thing that we need. We need a lot of everything, to be honest. That's okay. It just goes to show that things are working all right. How are we doing in terms of Mr. and Mrs. Sheepy? Yeah, you're doing all right. Full of wool. And we should hopefully get some shearing done once the winter is over. Some more chickens. I thought Mr. Clucker was no longer fertilizing you. Was he just taking the day off at the time? Or what's going on? Who knows? Why, oh why? Yeah, I was going to say this is definitely a dirt path, right? I was going to say this. Why are we building this out of, like, you know, good stuff? Yeah, I don't know why the gravel path is better. It just looks better in my opinion. I actually prefer it to the mulch path. We could be building stuff out of mulch, because we have a lot of bark about, if I remember correctly. Or we should do, yeah, we've got a whole thing of bark here. But we'll need that for when we start tanning, and I always find you run out of bark quicker than you think you will. Yeah, it's looking good now that we're getting the sort of stone path done or all around, you know. Things are looking quite nice. We got some more ice jugs over here. We probably actually need more ice if we could, just to keep the meat all nice and fresh. And things are looking quite well. I can definitely see that we have quite a few stone tools about, which is what you love to see. Not stone tools? Sorry, I mean iron tools. It's literally the opposite of what I was just saying. So I'm feeling quite good about that. Our food stockpile is maybe a little bit lower than I potentially would like, but you know, I don't think we're doing too badly. As far as these, what we got, Elizabeth and Janet. Yeah, you know what, we'll let you in. It's cold, you know. Hopefully you'll be happy that you're no longer, you know, dying of hypothermia out in the wastes, but we can see. I think, yeah, if we just sort of say, hey, you guys come in, have yourself the sort of spare rooms, pay us a little bit. We need some money in order to go do some leather working anyway, so this isn't a bad shout. And while we're maybe not as flush with food as we usually are, we still have our rations. Like at the end of the day, we still have our filling rations here. We've got a little bit of mushrooms. We actually don't have as much as I thought we did. We do seem to be running out a little bit more than I thought. Got a little bit of smoked meat, we've got some raw eels. Worst comes to worst, we just have to kill a couple of animals to get through the winter. And on top of that, we can always go out and hunt a little bit as well. Because, you know, go hunt some beavers or see if there's like any deer or specifically wolves about. Yeah, it looks like there's some stuff over here. We could probably get this hind. We could probably, I mean, that's a calf. I feel pretty bad about killing a hind with calf, but, you know, needs must, I suppose, if we get there. Yeah, I'd prefer it if we could go like hunt some wolves or maybe like some other deer, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers, I suppose, as well. You know, if things are potentially looking as bad as I'm saying they're going to be, you know, we kind of have to pull our finger out and get stuff done. But I mean, people are resting at the moment, so it should be all right. At least it's nice and warm inside this sort of area here. It's about as warm as you can really expect it to be at this time. I mean, it's very, very cold out, so we'll see how it goes. Quite nice. They're enjoying the fact they've got their private rooms. You know, having a nice little chat. Everybody's having a good time. They'll go and they'll eat us out of house and home, but we can deal with that. As I say, we've got so many chickens. We could certainly kind of deal with that. Yeah, so this egg, this egg isn't fertilized. There is a couple of fertile eggs. And they are fairly recent, so I wonder if maybe just, if Mr. Clucker just isn't working quite as quickly as he used to. You know, he's taking a while to get round all the ladies. There's so many of them. Oh, everybody just haven't taken the time with the bath, I see. Everyone's like, yeah, we're having a great time, you know. I'd love to have a bath, but sadly we cannot. At least we're getting paid a bit of money for that. Yeah, you got decent amount of reputation, you got a decent amount of reputation, especially because the fact that it's like, oh, they're pessimists, their mood is just a bit lower. Like, they're still fairly satisfied. More? What a great trader name. What do you want, more? Yes. Terrible jokes incoming. But yeah, it'd be really nice to have this kind of like path down here, because you can see that's where she's come from. And she is actually probably the best lady I've ever seen. We're going to sell a whole bunch of baskets just so we can get some stuff done there. We can even sell you some of the dry hide that we don't need anymore. I'm going to buy your iron and buy your nails. I love nails. We need as many nails as we can. Yes, please. Do we want to buy a breeding pair of cows? Is the question. That is a very good question as well. We'll sell you a chicken. We want to sell you any of our lambs? I mean, we could kill some of our other ewes as well. That is a good point. Although I think we just buy a couple, so maybe not. I tell you what, we'll sell you a couple of our fur stuff, just because, you know, we could do with a little bit of extra money. Even sell you a barrel if we wanted to. Which we could. I mean, with the iron that we're getting, that's pretty good. But I think we're actually quite happy with that. That's a decent amount of reputation. We'll get you to leave. And I actually wonder if we maybe just say, hey, Elsa, you are our best hunter. Why don't you go out and learn how to do leather working, so at least we're good for the next year. Yeah, so we'll get you to leave. Looking at the other expeditions as well, there's other places obviously we can go and explore. But, I mean, we could certainly do that. I mean, Duncan we could maybe send out. I tell you what, actually, let's send Agnes out. We'll send you over here, and that should be the last of the kind of like current ones. Oh no, we can still go a little bit further afield down here, certainly. And there is actually even something out over there, although we'll need some better kind of information in order to get down there. So we'll maybe have a look at that in the future. Get some people to leave on expeditions. You know, they'll use some of the rations. It means there's less work getting done around here, but yeah, we'll live. We'll live. The barn is actually doing very, very well. This little peat stove is actually doing quite well for keeping this place nice and warm, nice and toasty, which is good. We might not even need the 2 peat stoves in here. I've just put them in because I think we needed them for the for temperature. I mean, I do turn that one off and it does immediately start dropping. So we'll maybe we'll turn it off and see what happens, and we'll maybe kind of see what's going on in regards to that. Now, this deer, I mean, we could always go and hunt this beaver, which I think we will. Let's go ahead and get you. I mean, all we really want is we want some animals to just come into the range of a hunter or huntress, if possible, and they will do the work for us, to be quite honest. Anybody going out and hunting that? Should probably make this high priority, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Because you can just go out with the dogs and kill them and then get them done. And that'd be good. Yeah, Thomas is going to go back and grab the bow. I was going to say he's pretty warm, but that's a complete lie. He's not actually that warm at all. But yeah, he's going out with Huntress. She's coming out. She's pregnant as well. We're having pups. Oh, it's a beautiful day. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. You're going out together. You're going out. You should be able to kill that beaver pretty easily. Just as long as you get there. I think with Huntress, she's going to come and she's going to absolutely destroy them. Yep, there we go. Out on the ice. The beaver is going, I'm dead. The beaver is dead. We gone. Good job, Huntress. Tom's didn't have to do a thing there. How are you supposed to get hunting XP if the dogs do everything? Just goes to show you who the real hard workers are. Yeah, I think looking back, sort of like we were a bit distracted trying to get this place built before winter began. Probably should have got some more mushrooms. I didn't realize quite how bad the food situation is. I guess that most of our days of food are actually these rations that we've made. Which is good. It means that we, you know, that we're gonna have them for a long time, so that's quite nice. But we do have to just be a little bit more mindful about our food supplies. in the future. I mean, thank goodness we had that spare pig to just to kill. You know, nothing says oh, it's winter time like killing a pig. And I think we'll try and do a little bit more of that in the future. If we can even just purchase some younger animals, we can always just kill some of them off in the future. Right, let's get this beaver actually like processed, please, guys, because you know the fact that we're kind of like having some slight food issues does not mean leave it out in the cold, please. Let's actually, you know, get this done sooner rather than later. Yeah, there we go. Good stuff. I mean, as long as it's here, that's fine. You can finish butchering it in a wee bit. But yeah, things are going okay. Even though I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit worried about food and that, I think we're actually all right. It's actually quite cold in here because we're out of sticks. Why are we out of sticks, and why are we not building any in the in there? Let's go ahead and gather up some branches, please, because I'd rather not be freezing to death if possible. I mean, thank goodness we have the peat that we have, but we don't even have that much peat left because we've got some stuff that's dry. Do we have any more that's cut, or are we just we're just struggling to get things done? I guess we're just kind of struggling to get things done. Might be an idea to replace, I mean, yeah, it's quite a bit cooler in here. I wonder actually if we just break down this peat stove, just because obviously this is much more peat heavy, and replace that with a fireplace. I think that might be a nice idea. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll demolish you. We've got Ewan. Yeah, Ewan. We can probably have Ewan for the night. Things are looking alright in terms of food. We've still got a bunch of our smoked stuff. We've got a whole bunch of extra fresh meat as well, which is good. Guys, this is why we wanted you to not do that. Ewan, do you mind? Ewan's just randomly coming through our house, as you do. But yeah, get yourself some food, get yourself warmed up. It is a little bit cooler in here. Let's get you your bed here as well. Yeah, just the one stove isn't able to kind of do it, so I think we do go a stove fireplace combo. So at the very least we can just, like, you know, have two sources of heat in case we run into the sort of situation where, you know, we run out of peat again and anything like that, or if, you know, we run out of branches, because it just seemed like we've just run out of branches as well. So a little bit costly in terms of the tools. How many hand tools do we have? Just the one. That's okay. Got plenty of ingots. We've got plenty of nails. We're not gonna have to worry about nails, that's for sure. Which is good. I don't want to be worrying about nails. I want to just be, you know, chilling. So yeah, it's a little bit cooler in here with just the one fireplace, especially as it starts to get a little bit colder. Let's go ahead and we'll build ourselves a window here. Yeah, looking good. Build ourselves a wee window there. Probably get rid of this one. I mean, I don't know if we actually have to get rid of that one, because I've never done a fireplace next to a window, so I don't know if it's actually like a legitimate place to go. It doesn't look like it. Because the last thing that we would want is we would want this, you know, facing this kind of like log wall. And I mean, I guess that is a thing. It could potentially, you know, cause some sparks is the only thing. And that is something we have to be a little bit concerned about, because these log walls are medium flammability. But should be fine. I'm sure it will be. Just, you know, if it happens in the middle of the night that everything kind of burns down, that's not going to be a very good time for us. That is for sure. I'm going to have a wee sip of my coffee. It's getting cold. It's getting about as cold as everybody here. Yeah, if we can gather up a couple more branches, that'd be good. Yeah, there we go. Get a task done. Let's get this this peat stove out of here as soon as possible. Get this window made, and we'll try and get ourselves a wee fireplace done. Yeah, just maybe a little bit bad in terms of stuff there. What's this? So, yes, the smell here is overpowering. There are various tubs filled with colourful liquids and animal hides in different states of production. It's a strange process, but hides somehow transform into leather. We need to learn the secret. Yeah, let's pay for it. We've paid the money. Let's go ahead and learn how to do some leather working. which will be good because I mean it means that if we do need to kill any animals, we can then use our hides, make some leather stuff, make some different clothing. You know, keep poor Martin busy. I feel like Martin does nothing but tailor. I mean, he's having some time off gathering sticks, I suppose. So, lucky him. At least he's having a nice wee chat. You know, he's actually able to speak to some people, which is good. Love to see it. Yeah, overall, things doing alright. We're getting some nice stuff done. Yeah, let's see if we can get this stone fireplace built. No, so we will need to get rid of this window. Okay, good to know. So let's make that nice high priority. We'll get rid of that. Now, do we... And there's certainly nothing to say that we couldn't. We'll just replace those with stone walls. Now, what do we have here? This is the wrong person for our expedition. Yes, let's begin exploring, Agnes. You can have a wee look about. It's going to take you a little while, but you should be able to do it. Yeah, if we replace these with like rock walls instead of the logs, then we should be all right. And even potentially, like, you know, just redo the roof if we really wanted to. I do like the... There's something really cozy about the sort of like the fireplace kind of animation. That happens. Callum, what are you doing? You're just having a wee chill about with the clay? As you do. Fair enough. Got some meat that's smoked meat that's kind of done there. Let's get this raw meat out of the freezing cold. Thank you very much. I don't think it has anything to do with our beavers. It's either rabbits that we found or something that hunter or huntress is like savaged to death. Either way, I'm happy. They're definitely very useful, these dogs. The dogs and cats both have their uses. You can see why people have them. Nowadays, they just sit about and they do nothing, don't they? I mean, they've got such a hard life, you know. Just sit about, get fed, go for walks, you know. Our wee pussycat's been sitting on our bed all day. She's just doing some nice little chilling there. The only time she moved was to get into the cupboard when I was putting some towels away. Which she knows she's not allowed in. But, lo and behold, she's still coming in. Little move. Little move. But yeah. Things overall looking pretty good. It'd be really nice if we get this brick making table done. I understand why it's not getting done. It's because we're obviously doing so much work around here with the sort of boards and the logs and such. How are we doing for our logs? Yeah, we're doing alright for logs. It's just other things we need to worry about. Yeah, I'd really like it if people could please just, you know, break this window down. That'd be grand. But I understand that Duncan's busy, you know, crafting and such. Yeah, it looks like a couple of tools here have been breaking. Not ideal, especially because it's so far away as well. And we got a new baby chicken. Lovely. He's a boy. Not so lovely. Oh well, we can always just, you know, wring his neck if we need to. That is another potential end for Mr. Clucker as well, is potentially turning into food. Which I suppose isn't the worst thing in the world. Yeah, let's get this smoked meat out of here, please. Out of the rain. All this dry hide. Please go ahead and just, you know, tidy up a little bit, guys. Come on. It's a little bit messy. So many clothes just lying about. Yeah, we could do some woolen cloaks. That'd be pretty good if we could get them. I think we're still waiting on getting all the other kind of wool stuff done. I mean, at least the fur is also quite nice and cozy. And by cozy, I mean warm. So we shouldn't have too much issues with people getting cold, especially if they can warm up. We will need to, as I say, hopefully get this fireplace done soon. People are taking a wee while to get this sort of building stuff done. In the meantime, you know, at least it's not freezing inside. That's the main thing. Especially with their clothes. It just means they're maybe not getting quite as warm as you'd like, but they can always come in here and sort of rest around the fireplaces and the meat smokers. With the two meat smokers going, this is actually probably the warmest place here. With the exception of the barn. The barn all seems to be pretty toasty with just a single peat stove. And I imagine it's because of all these animals that are in here. The animals are probably giving off a wee bit of heat as well. Angus, it's your lucky day, Angus. We'll let you in. No, absolutely no bother. In you come, son. We're more than happy to help out. We'll get you in. You'll get your nice private bed. We'll even put you in the other room for once. You know, it's got a nice little light there as well. Yeah, give yourself a wee drink, you know. Enjoy the lovely smelling, you know, like retting and stuff. You can do a poo. World's your oyster, really. Yeah, I would like it if you were potentially, you know, not freezing for as long. You know, just warm yourself up a wee bit. Yeah, there you go. That's quite a bit warmer. It must be really quite nice. Like, you can imagine sort of like being out in this sort of time period, especially in this time of year where it's like wind chill -35. It's freezing if you go outside. Absolutely Baltic. But you've come across a settlement, you've managed to make your way there, they've accepted you in for the night, and you get in and it's nice and it's warm, and they have a bath. They actually have a bath, and there's warm water inside that bath. That must feel, that must be pretty good. That must be a pretty good feeling. You don't really think about that nowadays, where it's like, you know, obviously you can just turn on the shower and you're quite happy. But that must be a pretty nice feeling. Sophia, you're a poor girl because you've got this room to yourself, but you've also got all the babies about, so lucky you. And we got some new sheep, which is also great. Yeah, got some little lamb, just the one lamb actually. That's okay. How are you doing? Everybody's pregnant. Mrs. Sheepy. That was Mrs. Sheepy. So you know what? That's because it's Miss Sheepy's child. We can call you Miss Sheepy. There we go. Now, we do have the thing that Mrs. Sheepy's obviously getting older. We could have also get rid of her, and she does actually give a little bit more meat than a chicken does, that's for sure. Mr. Clocker's about to kick the bucket. Do we let him have a natural death, or do we just, you know, help him off this mortal coil? That's the question. That is the question of the age. I think we'll leave him out for now. We don't really need the food desperately. Not desperate for food. Angus, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think this is the proper place to like come and go about. I know you're really liking the fact that it's like, oh, this is a huge room, this is great. I'm really having a good time. And I know it's warm, it is warmer than the other room. I'm just thinking maybe it's not the best place to go with the bar. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. I suppose this does make the thing where it's like, oh, we should probably have the barn connected to everything else is nice and warm as well. Did we really get through all of those branches already? I feel like we just harvested a whole bunch of branches, but apparently we're out of branches again, which is crazy to me. We're going really, really hard on the branches. Elspeth is returning home. That's good. We got a messenger. A single mother has been cast out by her clan. She needs somewhere safe to stay and have the baby. She has offered to work for free, and you know what? She's really good at crafting. So hey, Margaret, on you come. The last one didn't stay too long, but you can stay for a wee bit. Let's get you up there and you can go ahead and craft. Archibald, what you got for us? Some log. Well, you know what? I'll pay for the branches because we seem to have just run out of branches completely. We'll sell you a chicken, that's for sure. And we could actually sell you some of our basic rations. Yeah, let's do that. Let's sell you a whole bunch of our basic rations because that's a good amount of income that we get. We'll get you to leave after that. Okay, so Margaret, you're going to have a baby, but you're going to work for us for free. You're pretty good at hauling. You're really good at crafting. So you know what? You are now a hauler crafter. And you're actually decent at building as well, or you can be decent at building. So let's say, hey, you go do some building as well, please. Thank you. You know, at the goodness of our heart, we're allowing you to stay. So, you know, at least do some work. Getting awfully cold in here again because we've run out of peat once more and we don't have any kind of replacement, so I really need... Yeah, that window's gone, I was going to say. Thank goodness for that. Right, let's get this stone fireplace in here. I'm going to need this built up as soon as possible, and we'll make these all rock walls here. Just so it's nice and done. We're getting some more clay out. This is a high priority. I need this stone fireplace done. Otherwise the sleeping area is not going to be fit for purpose. So yeah, please get those large rocks in, get the stones in, get the clay in, get the iron ingots in, get everything in as soon as possible, please. Thank you very much. Yeah, Sophia, you can... Poor girl's having to come all the way down here to grab some stones to bring them back. Do we still have a stone pile anywhere, or did I end up getting rid of that and just not replacing it? Probably did. Probably did just remove it at some point. I think it used to be up over here, didn't it? Or am I just completely misremembering? Probably just completely misremembering. I know what I'm like. You know. Can't give myself too much credit for, you know, being able to think or anything. How are you doing in terms of clothing as well? You've got your straw bottoms, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people now, so we do actually want to have those extra fur things, and we don't actually have enough fur stuff to begin with. Okay, so maybe we do actually want to go ahead and say, hey, let's get some extra stuff here. Because we're going to need some more clothing. That's for sure. Right, are we getting this built? Yeah, there's the clay. We just need a little bit more clay, a little bit more hand tools, a little bit more iron ingots. Yeah, there we go. That should be the clay done. Where are my iron ingots? We do have iron ingots, right? Yes, we do. Good stuff. Yep, so go ahead, grab ourselves some of those iron ingots. There we go. At least you should be. Are you going to warm up? No, you're going for a drink. That's fair. Who's working on this? Still you. Yep, there we go. Grab those ingots, please. Thank you. And then head on down. Sophia, I actually wonder if we should maybe get you in more into like farming and livestocking. Because you... but then you do quite enjoy doing lumbering. So I suppose there's that. Yeah, there we go. Get the rest of the ingots, get the hand tools, please. Why do we have our... Oh, it's because... I was going to say, why do our iron ingots all the way over here? It's because one of our tools broke, of course. Yeah, it's taking them an awfully long time in order to do this, yeah. I'm not surprised they're like, oh, it's quite cold in here. I mean, it's minus 16. Yeah, I really would like it if you could please... This has been high priority all day. You could have this done by... before everybody has to come to bed. That'd be really, really great. Otherwise, we're going to be struggling a little bit. Yeah, it's taking a little bit of time. I'm guessing we haven't actually gone out and harvested any peat as well. No, we have not. No. There's a little bit of stuff over here. I will say high priority. Someone needs to go grab. There we go. Perfect. So we've got the fireplace done. You can always cook up some eggs. Let's just say, hey, for just now, keep it cooking. Just keep things nice and good. Effie, you know what? We'll let one of you stay so you can come in. Kirsten, no, you can go. Sorry, don't have the space tonight. There we go. Boom, all of a sudden, that should be a pretty big temperature increase for everywhere. And it is looking like it's a pretty big temperature increase. At least make it nice and warm, that'd be good. Because, yeah, like, overall the warmth is... maximum warmth people can have isn't that great. Yeah, Kirsten's gone. You're warming up. You're by the fire, so you should be loving life. Indeed you are. You're a wee bit sickly, and you're grouchy, so you're not very well satisfied, which... I mean, I get it, but... You know... It's gonna suck it up a wee bit, would you? Yeah, I think that does look a little bit better, actually, with the sort of stone fireplace. I think especially if we can kind of, like, get, like, a nice kind of... stone kind of area there. That'll be looking pretty good. There we go, everybody's having a nice time. Nice little sleep. As this is going to be the final night of this episode, which feels like it's just come swinging around pretty quick. And just in time for people to come return home. So that'll be the next episode. We'll be getting our leatherworking areas done. Things are progressing. They're progressing very slowly. We're not even that great for food. Okay, here we are. Elspeth, you're not going to like this, but the homestead is going to have distinct smell going forward, and won't be with wildflowers. Leather production will be quite a few steps, and we need a lot of room. We should start with an ash wash to remove the hair from dried hides. There we go. It's time to start doing some ash washing, which I guess we could always just kind of do it over here, like inside the sort of cooking area, because it does need to be somewhere nice and warm. And yeah, there we are, day 106 of Colquhoun Conquers, and we really are starting to see ourselves out in the world and doing stuff. But I think with that, that's going to have to be this episode. I just want to say a big thank you for everybody for watching. Hopefully you've been enjoying Clanfolk. Hopefully you've been enjoying the other videos up on the channel. It's been very good fun recently getting them all up. So I want to say a big thank you to everybody for watching. Big thank you to all the members of the Burger Band as well, supporting the videos, supporting the channel. If you do want to support the channel further, you can become a member of the Burger Band. Do it through YouTube, a couple of quid a month. Up to you. Don't have to do it, obviously, but it is very much appreciated everybody who does. Just kind of helps us get things, you know, ticking along as best we can. And it gives you a couple of benefits, able to see videos as soon as they're uploaded rather than scheduled to come out. you know, that whole shebang. But yeah, just want to say big thank you to everyone watching. Hope you've been enjoying this. Until next time.